know Candace wants one saved for hers.
Okay.
Well, we got down, the first question was on number 7, so how about the other 20? Is there anything else we can, that people want to hone in on? The bottom line here is pretty clear. Writers prefer cash. That is probably a good thing to decide. If you took the time to write it and look at it and make a nice copy, that we should try from the first to figure out where are the paying markets. And I was writing poetry in high school, but when I was first a young mother, I kept writing poetry, but I wrote little articles for local papers, probably opinion pieces, some facts, maybe a bit of research and something. But I wrote for places where even if you, and we're not talking a few decades ago, but, you know, then at least you can make $5 or $10. And I think it's a good idea to look at writing that way. How many people are writing prose here? How many are writing prose? Fiction or non-fiction prose, pages of words. Do we have some poets? So that, that from the start, if you're thinking of my writing's a business and I'm going to honor it, I'm going to believe in it, think about when you're marketing, how am I going to find places where they pay me for what I write? I think I put this on Facebook this morning because I woke up thinking, oh, I've got these things typed up now. And there was one thing that in terms of thinking about being paid, is something about this attitude that my words are worth something, and where possible, I'll send to markets where I can get paid for it, or I can get some financial benefit down the road from it. If you were going to buy a car, would you walk in and say, oh, I had a crash on the weekend and I've got to get a new car so I can get to the job on Monday? Do you run into the Ford dealer and tell them that? That you're desperate, you have to buy one right now? No.
You're selling your Lincoln.
So that the thing we forget when we're writing, we're so desperate for that first book. And sometimes people can't wait 2 or 3 years to find a publisher, an established company, you know, that they want to desktop it or self-publish themselves. They look out printers and companies in this kind of work. And there's so much small print in contracts today in book publishing. I know I have friends at Dundurn Press where I once worked for 4 years in Toronto. Contracts today can run 16 to 20 pages of little print because there are so many different areas of rights that they sign up immediately. But even before that, when you're going out to get your own book published, you go to a printer and they look at your typing or you look at your disc that has your manuscript on it, your whole book. And they suggest, well, we can do the artwork for you. We can do the editing. That's another cost. Someone could design it on the page, desktoping, or we better check this and all your facts and do some research for you. And each thing they do, of course, costs money. And we're so waiting for that book to get going that I just want to remind people that every job that you do that's going to be involved in paying someone to do something for you, make sure you get a written contract. Not just for the publishing end of the book or your work, if you're doing a chapbook or a full book. So each stage, and then then you have to have a piece of paper with 2 signatures that are dated on it. And the things you should look at, what are the rates or costs listed? What happens if someone makes a cover? Oh yeah, I love it, you're a great artist, so I'll give you $1,000, do me a big cover. What if you don't like the cover? You still have to pay them for it? You gave them a month and they took 6 weeks? Is there any safety valves in any of these things for you? You have to think of that. I know it sounds terribly skeptical, but some people are interested in making money, and they're going to make it as worthwhile for themselves as possible. So I just remind people that when you work on a contract, on whatever stage of effort or work someone's doing for you, it's the same as that old car. The mechanic fix it and it won't move. Most people don't pay the full amount. The other thing with contracts, and we're so busy zigging things off our computers now, email messages are not legal. They can be changed by either party, the date or the numbers. So that if you want a legal contract, faxes are legal in court. You're going to a small claims court. Or ones that come printed and they arrive in your hand, or because you're there or whatever, or they come in through the post office, they're acceptable on paper. But an email message that you print out is not legal tender in the small claims court. So it's just a minor point, but people might want to think about it. Yes,
Just a
Francis?
question related to that. If you had a scan of a contract that was signed twice and dated and attached to an email, would that count like a fax?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Email messages sent on Apple computers cannot be changed after they're sent. So that wouldn't.
What, you mean you can see where it's been adjusted?
You can't adjust it. Not if I sent it to somebody and they wanted to change it or forward it, they can't be.
Okay.
What kind of computers then?
Yeah, I think. If I'm wrong, tell me.
I would ask, I think people in the spam business could change what they felt like, but anyways, this is something that I've heard from many sources, so that
Would you like to